Welcome to Embracing the Chaos, where we navigate motherhood, academia, self discovery, and overall real life. I'm Kayla, your host. I am a mother of two, and I also work from home while balancing both of my girls. And I'm also getting my master's degree, so I am a grad student. Whether you're a student, mom, or just simply figuring it out like the rest of us, you're in the right place. So grab a coffee, take a deep breath, and let's get into it. This is episode number 1. So, why not start it off with the introduction of who Kayla is? What is this podcast? How will you benefit from this podcast as a listener? And how will you help shape the community within it? So, to start off, I am a 24-year-old mom of 2 daughters. I have a 2-year-old and 3-month-old. They're both girls, so I am a complete girl mom, which I do love being a girl mom. And I am in grad school. I decided eventually after just doing that I wanted to be more than just staying at home. I wanted to still feel like I was accomplishing things because sometimes I feel like in motherhood, you can get a little lost in the sauce and you're like, where am I? Who am I? What do I want to do next? You know, after they start to get older, I have to have my own identity. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to grad school. And I found a completely online program. And I've been in grad school for a year now, and I graduate at the end of the year. So I am almost done, and I will have my master's degree, which is really exciting. A little bit deeper into who I am a firm believer in God. I am a Christian. I raised my family, my daughters up to be Christian as well, and kind of just teach them the way. When I was younger, we would sometimes go to church and things like that, but I never had my own personal relationship with God until I was about in my teenage years, I don't know, like 16 and stuff like that. I was going through teenage years of just finding yourself, not loving yourself, feeling like the world was against you. And so I was just kind of going down the wrong path. I was just all over the place. And just really lost. And my older sister actually, she saw that and she was like, hey, I'm taking you to church, And so we would go. And I mean, she would make the sacrifice working all the time. She was doing so many different things, interpreting all these different things. But she would still drive an hour to pick me up from her home. And then we would drive an hour to go to church and then an hour back. It was just, but it was all worth it. Moving more into the podcast, what does embracing the chaos mean to me? So for me, it means accepting the unpredictability and just kind of finding peace within all of life's ups and downs, because life is going to forever go up and down. And it's about not avoiding the challenges that come their way, but rather just embracing them. Like, we know it's going to be hard. Motherhood's hard. Being a student's hard. Being a human being is hard. Being an employee is hard. But despite all of the hardships, just being able to say, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm accepting this. And I know that at the end of the day, I'm going to become a better person and a better version of myself, or I'm going to accomplish things. So for me, embracing the chaos just means, leading to new opportunities, new growth, new versions of you. And that's okay. It's hard. We know it is, but we're embracing it. Coffee break. Okay, let's get into why I started this podcast, right? So, for starters, it was really to inspire young women or young moms that are just like me, whether you're a grad student, whether you're a mom, or whether you're just a teenager, a young woman, kind of learning your identity like I was. That was huge for me. And then also, too, it was honestly just to create a safe space where we have the real conversations, honest, real, raw, unfiltered, whatever it is. And it might not always be opinions that are liked or conversations that people want to have. But I wanted to create a safe space for those conversations to be had. And the main reason why I created this podcast was really to create a sense of community, where we just, as women, support one another. We share our experiences that differ from one another. I know for me, I don't have a crazy big village. So when having both my daughters, I have balance all of these things. And it really is just me and my man. I've probably been away from my daughters 2 times. And I was just going out with my friends or something like that. But a lot of times, if I am going out, they just go with me. I still hang out with friends. I just take them with me, little things like that. But I don't have a crazy village. So I'm also kind of limited on the things that I can do and when I can do it and different things like that. But also, too, without having a village, many people just think about having a place sometimes where your kids could potentially go so you can kind of regroup. But another factor is, I didn't have a lot of moms to gain advice from. When it came to me and my friends, I was the first friend in my friend circle to have a child. And so I didn't have anybody that I was going to. So a lot of things I had to tackle and find on my own. And so for this podcast, I want young women, especially if you are, entering into being a mother or already are a mother, whatever it is, to come together and let's share our experiences. Let's put it in the forefront. Let's give our advice. Let's give tips, even if they differ from each other, because that sense of community is incredibly important, not only for me, but I know for other women who are out there like me, who don't have a village, who don't have other moms to lean on, especially young moms. Even if I was asking my mom for questions or advice, she's like, well, the last time I had a kid was years ago. Like, I don't necessarily know what's in now or what's the way that they say is the safest now for kids or etc. So it was like I wanted support and to gain advice from moms who were also young in my age range, who had just had kids, who gets it, different things like that. So that's what this podcast is all about. Creating that community, coming on here, having conversations. I love feedback. I love comments. I love give advice. If you disagree and you're like, okay, well, maybe not necessarily this, like this worked for me as a mom or this worked for me as a, whatever it is, always comment down below, start that conversation, because you have to remember you're not only just contributing to the conversation, but you could seriously be helping someone else who maybe needed to hear that or needed that advice or was just having that question in their head, like, as a mom, how do I do this? My kid is going through the teething stage. What is best? And you have this magic answer because you're on your third child and you're holding it in. Like, we don't want to gatekeep. So comment, let's help each other out and build the community. And the last thing I want to touch on is just what are some things you can expect from this podcast? And I would say great conversation, great advice, a community that just gets it. Personal experiences and stories. I may have like some guests from time to time, other moms, things like that. And strategies on how we can navigate through life and balance all that we balance so that we can all learn to embrace the chaos. I am so excited for this podcast and I hope you guys are too. Please follow me on social media. It's going to be all about the podcast. I will be dropping every single Tuesday, and who knows, we might even push it up to 2 times a week. Okay. So comment, and let's get into this podcast. And I always want to end it off with a beautiful quote. So the quote for this week is, in the middle of chaos, there is opportunity. Stay tuned for episode 2. Bye.